Venerable Sir.
Nice. Hello, everyone. All right, so let's start with meditation right away. Let's sit in a comfortable meditation posture. Make sure your back is erect, that your legs, hands, and feet, face are visible in the camera. Yeah, Pham Tung Chi needs to do some more arrangement. Chingok Kanvan, this is not a meditation posture. Do you know how to sit in a meditation posture? So, yeah, that's one way. That's one way. If you find that uncomfortable, you can. Not visible yet. You can keep all of your feet, thighs, knees, and calves on the floor. Do you know how to do that? You will need to open your knees to do that. Yes, very well. So you can decide which one is comfortable. I leave it to you. But one of these two postures are pretty good if you can keep them for the meditation time. All right, looks good to me. So as we are sitting in a comfortable meditation posture, make sure your back is erect. Two things are the requirement for successful meditation: erect back and no movement. If you can do these two, then you are progressing. Well, there is of course some more, but these two are pretty good start. So we'll meditate with opened eyes. We will cast the sight down so we see the floor or whatever is there right in front of us. And we can make the first determination in our minds voicelessly. From now on, for 10 minutes, I will meditate on muscles and radiate loving kindness without any movement. From now on, for 10 minutes, I will meditate on muscles and radiate loving kindness without any movement. From now on, for 10 minutes, I will meditate on muscles and radiate loving kindness without any movement. And with that determination, we can gently, lovingly notice the flat piece of flesh at the top of the head. We allow it to be heavy and changing. We continue to the forehead, eyes, nose, lips, chin, cheeks, ears, back of the head, we allow all of the muscles and flesh throughout the head to be heavy and changing. We continue to the neck, shoulders, arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, palms, fingers, tips of fingers, chest, abdomen, back, we allow all of the muscles and flesh throughout the upper part of the body to be heavy and changing. We continue to the buttocks, thighs, knees, calves, heels, soles, toes, tips of toes, we allow all of the muscles and flesh throughout the body to be heavy and changing. And as we allow this body to be the way it is, as we give freedom to this body, we ourselves achieve freedom from worry about this body. Let's watch this freedom. Let's enjoy this peace. Now we can share our peace with other living beings. We don't force, we don't expect, we just allow in our minds voicelessly. May all beings, including me, be in peace. Now, because the time for this sitting is finished, let's make the last determination in our minds voicelessly. From now on, I will always be calm. From now on, I will always be calm. From now on, I will always be calm. And with that determination, we can slowly, mindfully change the way of our sitting. And we can take one more minute, during which we will only enjoy the peace we gained in meditation without any movement. Iborni, very well. So now everybody please come to your device. I will be asking you the first question, our big question. How many days out of the last 7 did you meditate? Okay. I think students are ready. What about the question?
Let me see your question, Bhante.
The first question. How many
Yes,
days?
I launched it already,
Oh, you already
Bhante.
launched
You
it. I
can
don't
see.
see it. Oh, here it is.
Okay.
Okay. I see. Now I found out. Okay, good. Still 2 people need to answer. 2 of you did not answer yet. We are waiting for you. 3, 2, 1. No more. Okay. I think we are pretty good. So all of you meditated at least 3 times. At least all of those 9 people who voted, all of you did meditate at least 3 times. I think that's pretty good. I think we are getting something very remarkable in this class. Very well. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now you need to maintain that. This is a pretty good result. All of you meditated at least 3 times. Many of you meditated 5, 6 times. Like 5 of you. Well, you're just 9 people voting, so that's not much, but we get what we get. And I think that's pretty good. So statistically, this is a very remarkable result. So I wish you that you are powerful enough to maintain this. So first thing is to make an achievement, and second is to maintain it. Think of meditation as brushing your teeth. I hope everybody here brushes their teeth every day. Does anyone not brush their teeth every day? Okay. So just like you are used to brush your teeth every day and it's normal, you need to brush your mind every day. Okay? If you don't brush your mind, it will be dirty and stinking. Alright? So we want to brush the mind every day. At least 5 minutes. 10 minutes is fine. At least 5 minutes. Alright? Alright. Very well. So let's continue. On what day did you do your homework? So everybody please answer as soon as possible. Oh, that is not that successful. That is not that successful. There it is almost opposite. Nobody did the homework on the same day or on the next day. So you get totally opposite result than previously. So most of you, 4 out of the 10 people who voted did on the last or the day or right before it. Then 2 out of you did 5 days. 5 days later. We don't have a good score. It would be amazing if you can do your homework the same day or the next day, so that you can never miss it, and you enjoy the time right before the class. You think, I have my homework. Isn't that amazing? And you attend that class fully happy without any worries about your homework. So I would like to encourage you to put a little bit more effort in this. And only 4 out of the 10 people did it on the last day or on the day before the last day. All the rest did it earlier. So we can say majority, so 6 out of 10 here did their homework well in advance. Although not early. It's not early, but it's well in advance. Okay, that's not bad, but see if you can do it early. If you can do it early, then this class will be much more comfortable for you because you will not need to worry about homework. I assign it, you do it, you're done. You can, I don't know if you can, but if you can get access to Facebook, you simply go to the Facebook group and you just type up the sentence out of those, out of that chapter, and you're done. It should not take you more than about, well, you need to read the chapter, right? So reading the chapter, how long time do you read 8 pages or 10 pages? It can be 30 minutes. I read it in 30 minutes. If you can read your 10 pages in 30 minutes, well then typing up the question should not the sentence should not be longer than 5 minutes. So in 35 minutes, your homework should be done. And if you can do it right after this class, which may be late, but at least the next day, well then you're done. Then you're done for the whole week. Okay, so I will ask you a question. Tao Lien, how long time do you spend reading and noting from the book for our homework?
I think I spend time is 3 days or 2 days.
I think you didn't understand my question. How many minutes or how many hours do you spend preparing your homework?
Preparing homework, I think 30 minutes.
30 minutes. Trin ngok kan van. If you don't add your little question marks and lines and things, I have no way to read your name right. Okay, so as much as possible, add your little so-called diacritics. Diacritics, all right? Diacritics. As much as possible, add your diacritics. I'll write it right for you. Diacritics. You see, the word diacritics doesn't need any diacritics. Diacritics are these little lines above your A's and E's and O's and things like that in Vietnamese. So those are called diacritics. And these little dots below and dots above and like that, those are called diacritics. Well, actually there is, right? Because we have dots above I's in the word diacritics 2 times. So those are diacritics. As soon as you come to this meeting and you notice your name doesn't have your diacritics, nicely added there. You see, now I know her name, so now I'll try to read it correctly. Jin Ngok Kan Van. So tell us, how long time, how many minutes or hours did you spend preparing your homework?
I think about 45 minutes.
45 minutes. Thank you. De club. De club. Can you please unmute yourself and tell us how many minutes or hours did you spend preparing the homework? I don't hear you. Please speak loud. Can you say something like hello? Because I think I don't hear.
Hello.
Okay.
Can you repeat your question, please?
How many minutes or hours did you spend preparing your homework?
I just like 2 hours for reading my books, and I finish and I finish my homework and I think just 2 hours for reading books and take note.
So about 120 minutes?
Yes.
Okay. Do you find the English language there very difficult? Do you use a lot of dictionary, and do you also do a little research through Wikipedia? Or why?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that's good. You're spending time with some additional searching the text in the book. That's nice. 2 hours is a lot though. So hopefully it will become faster as you go through this book. Very well. Chi?
Can you hear me?
Oh, I cannot hear you at all. Please talk loud.
Can you hear me?
Yes, a little, but it's sufficient for our needs. Do you know the question?
Yeah, I said about 25 minutes.
20 minutes?
25.
25 minutes. Thank you. Lương Minh Tuấn?
I spend around 35 to 40 minutes.
Thank you. Isabella?
30 minutes to an hour.
Thank you. And Tan Ngọc? Tan Ngọc?
About 15 to 20 minutes.
Oh, you're very fast. Nice. Thank you. Timo?
I spend around like 25 minutes to 30.
Okay. Phạm Tường Chi?
15 to 20 minutes.
I don't hear you.
I spent 15 to 20 minutes taking notes and reading the book.
50? 50?
No, 15.
15 minutes. Okay. Teen Phu?
Maybe about 45 minutes.
45 minutes. Okay. And Ngô Thúy Hà?
I spend about 30 minutes to do my homework.
Okay, nice. Thank you. So in average, it's about 30 minutes for the class. So, well, 30 minutes. Well, that's probably as much as I would spend. 30 minutes. I would surely read it about 30 minutes, especially if it's a hard text or I have to do a little more research for that. 30 minutes, sure. So if you can do it right after this class or right the next day in the morning, then you're done for the whole week. So I will ask you one more question. When do you plan to do your homework? Okay, so Tao Lien, when would you like to do your homework? Tomorrow.
I would like to do my homework in the evening
Tomorrow, at what time?
at 7 o'clock.
7 p.m. or 7 a.m.? 7 p.m. Yes, evening. Yes. Okay. Trên Ngọc Khánh Văn?
I think I'm possible to do it like after I wake up in the morning.
At what time?
Maybe about 7.
7 a.m.? Very
Yeah, 7 a.m.
Đức lắm.
Yes.
Do you know what's the question?
Can you repeat it again?
You need to pay a little more attention. So I'm asking, when do you plan to do your homework tomorrow? At what time?
I think maybe afternoon. Just morning after short.
A morning after you wake up. At what time?
Morning like 9 a.m.
9 a.m. 9 a.m.
Yes.
Okay. Lương Minh Tuấn?
Probably in the evening,
At what time?
around like 6
6 p.m.
p.m.
Thank you. Isabella?
It kind of varies since I'm in exam month right now.
Uh-huh. So what would be the ideal time to do it?
I can try tomorrow at Sunday.
At what time?
I'll try in the afternoon, probably 12 o'clock.
12 p.m. Good.
Yes.
Tan Ngọc?
I think I'll do it at night, about 9 p.m. 9 p.m.
Okay, tomorrow 9 p.m. Very well. Timo,
I'll probably do it tomorrow like 5 or 6
a.m. or p.m.?
p.m.
Probably p.m. Okay, 5 or 6. You need to choose one. Which is better?
5.
5 is better. Perfect. Pham, Tum, Chi.
I think I will do my homework tomorrow at 9 a.m.
9 a.m. Nice. Tin Phuc,
Maybe at 7 p.m., but not tomorrow.
if it had to be tomorrow, what would be the best time?
No, I don't have digital device tomorrow, so I would do it on the day, the next day, at the evening.
So you have the book only on a digital device? Do you use a laptop, or what do you use for the book?
I use it on laptop.
On laptop, I see. So you have no access to computer on Sunday?
Yeah.
I see. Who's the person who can provide you with laptop?
My father.
Your dad.
My father.
And if you ask your dad to provide you with laptop on Sunday because you want to do homework, what do you think he will tell you?
Maybe yes.
Okay, sounds good. So you can try it out. If you have it, if you do your homework on Sunday, I'm sure that that will be good, because on Monday you go to school, right? Do you have already holidays, or do you still have school in Vietnam?
In Vietnam, I have holidays.
You already have holidays. I see. Okay. Anyway, it's a good habit to have it on Sunday, so later when you have things on Monday, you can easily go to school and it's no big difference. So you can ask your dad. If you would ask your dad and do it tomorrow, at what time would you do it?
Maybe 7 p.m.
7 p.m. Nice. Thank you very much. Ngo Tui Ha.
I think I'll do homework after this class because tomorrow I'll be busy.
Perfect. Very nice. Thank you. G.
Afternoon tomorrow.
Tomorrow at what time?
Afternoon.
Wow, I cannot hear it. Can you type it up for us in the chat box? India, no, that's not the time. At what time would you like to do it? Five p.m. Nice, thank you. Tango. Yes, Tango.
Yes. Can you repeat the question?
Yes. At what time would you like to do your homework tomorrow?
9 p.m.
9 p.m. Nice. Very nice. So let's see if this will increase the probability that your homework will be done tomorrow. Homework is the main point of the class, right? So if you do your homework, then even if you cannot attend, it doesn't really matter, because it's because your attendance is especially measured according to the homework. Those who don't do homework for the third time consecutively, they are automatically disqualified from the course. So you want to do your homework as soon as possible so that you never need to worry about the course. Okay, so let's get to our recitation. So today, for the first time, we'll be reciting the whole recitation. So then we will be training that, and then I will teach you the Burmese pronunciation. All right. Some of you may think, why would I learn Burmese pronunciation? I'm not Burmese. Well, that's fine. But if you take 3 refuges or 5 precepts with the Burmese people, they will not understand your pronunciation, and they will think that something's wrong with you. Okay, so you need to know Burmese pronunciation so that you can take 3 refuges, 5 precepts with Burmese people as well as with the non-Burmese people. But for the time being, I'm teaching you the international, all the world pronunciation, which is pretty good everywhere, well, except Myanmar. So, what is it that I'm seeing? Oh, there it is. So please unmute everybody. Remember to keep your hands together at the chest. Yes. So now what will happen is that I will ask you to repeat after me. In the Pali language, it is literally what I say, you say. All right? But you will not say that sentence. Instead, you will reply, Ama Bhante. So let's try that together. Yamahang vadami tang vadetha. Very well. Let's try it again. Yamahang vadami tang vadetha. Perfect. No, you don't say that sentence. Now we continue, and you will be requesting me to give you the 3 refuges and 5 precepts. Literally, it means, I, Venerable Sir, request the truth or the law of the 3 refuges and the 5 precepts. By making me repeat after you, give me, Venerable Sir, the morality, the ethics, out of your compassion. Okay, out of compassion. So you can repeat after me. Aham Bhante.
Aham Bhante.
Yeah, here with Bhante, note that there is E at the end of the word, and because the E is not followed by double consonant, we read it long. If it was followed by a double consonant, we would read it short. So actually Bhante is wrong. It should be Bhante. Okay, so let's try it again. Aham Bhante.
Aham Bhante.
Tisaranena saha. Panchasilang. Dhammang yajami. Anugahang. Katva. Silang detha. Me bhante. Anukampang. Upadaya. So now for the second time. Dutiyampi. Aham bhante. Tisaranena saha. Panchasilang. Dhammang yajami. Anugahang katva. Silang detha. Me bhante. Anukampang upadaya. Tatiyampi aham bhante. Tisaranena saha. Panchasilang. Dhammang yajami. Anugahang. Katva. Silang detha. Me bhante. Anukampang upadaya. So now we will be reciting our respect towards the Buddha. It means my respects To him, the one free from all suffering, the one free from all mental defilement, that is, all greed, hatred, ignorance, the one rightly and fully awakened to the truth of suffering and the path away from suffering. So you can keep your hands together at the chest. Namo tassa
Namo tassa
bhagavato arahato
bhagavato arahato
samma sambuddhassa.
samma sambuddhassa.
Namo tassa bhagavato
Namo tassa bhagavato
arahato samma sambuddhassa.
arahato samma sambuddhassa.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
So now you will be taking the 3 refuges. It means I go to the refuge, to the Buddha, to the Buddha's teachings, Dhamma, to the community of monks, Sangha. And why would you do that? Because they are the source of safety, of peace, of wisdom. They provide you the guidance to the ultimate, to the conventional, to the impermanent and ephemeral, to the temporary happiness and success and luck and pleasure in this life and in the next life, but they also provide you with the guidance to the eternal, the absolute peace. Okay, so we can keep our hands together at the chest and you can repeat after me. Buddhang saranang gacchami.
Buddhang saranang gacchami.
Dhammang saranang gacchami.
Dhammam saranang gacchami.
Sanghang saranang gacchami.
Sangham saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi dhammam saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi sangham saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi dhammam saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi sangham saranang gacchami.
So now I will now say that going for refuges is complete, and you can then agree with that saying Ama Bhante. So let's try it together. Sarana Gamanang Paripunnang.
Ama Bhante.
So now we are going to see the 5 precepts. The first precept means I follow the precept of refraining from killing living beings. Panati pata.
Panati pata.
Veramani sikkhapadam.
Veramani sikkhapadam.
Samadhiyami.
Samadhiyami.
The second precept means I follow the precept of refraining from taking what is not given. Adinadana.
Adinadana.
Veramani sikkhapadam.
Veramani sikkhapadam.
Samadhiyami.
Samadhiyami.
The third precept means I follow the rule of refraining from sexual misconduct, which means we refrain from all cheating on our spouse if we have one, and we never have sexual relationship, sexual intercourse with anyone else who's not our husband or wife, but they have someone else as their husband and wife. Kame sumichhachara. Veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Next precept means I follow the precept of refraining from telling lies. So we never tell lies. Musavada. Veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. The last precept means I follow the precept of refraining from drinking alcohol and taking drugs. Sura meraya. Majjapamadatthana. Veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Visaranena saddhin panchasilang dhammang sadhukang surakkhitam katva appamadena sampadetham. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you soon attain the eternal bliss of Nibbana. Very well. Saying sadhu is a meritorious deed. It's a good thing to do. If you listen to Dhamma and you then say sadhu, so you approve that it is Dhamma, that it is right and correct, then actually that is a good deed and it will result in being born in heaven and also in having nice smell coming out of your mouth in a future life, maybe already in this life. So saying sadhu sadhu on the real Dhamma is very powerful. There is a story of a man who previously said sadhu sadhu after listening to Dhamma, and then he was born as a man, he got married, and then he decided to become a monk. And he became a monk, and then his lady became one of the consorts of the king. And the king one day invited monks for the meal. Not yet. Then the king one day was giving lotuses. He was giving blue lotuses to his consorts, to his ladies. And when the lady received the flower, she was happy, but then she was crying. And the king was asking, "Why are you crying?" And she says, "Well, this flower has exactly the same smell as I get from the mouth of my previous husband." And the king could not believe it. Really? So let's try it out. So the king invited all of the monks in the monastery for meal. The monks came for meal, and then the king asked the Buddha if that particular monk, who his consort showed to him that was her previous husband, if that particular monk could stay there alone to teach Dhamma. So the Buddha and the other monks, they left, and this monk, who was previously the husband of the king's present consort, he stayed there, and he was teaching Dhamma, and the king could see, indeed, that's amazing, that the smell of from the mouth of this monk is the smell of a blue lotus. So very fragrant, very pleasant. And then the king came up to the Buddha and he said, "Oh Buddha, isn't that amazing? This monk's smell from his mouth is like the smell of the blue lotus." And the Buddha said, "Yes, that's true. That's because this monk in a past life listened to Dhamma, and then he said, 'Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu,' approving that the Dhamma is right and good." So saying sadhu is a very meritorious, especially if it is after a Dhamma talk. All right, so let's look at the homework. I would like to ask Chi, Taolin, and Isabella to raise their hands. Great. So let's start with Phạm Tùng Chi.
Page 57. Even as they are learning faster, their brains are eliminating gray matter and shedding neurons. Page 58. Everything we do, think, say, and feel influences the development of our most organ. And those developments trigger even more changes until the thread of action and reaction is too complex to unwind or undo.
Okay, please wait a little. Of our most, are you sure? Something seems to be missing.
Let me check.
Let's see, what is it? I think you have a little letter missing there. Let me find that out. Shedding neurons. Oh, that's page 80. 58. We want influences the development of our most precious organ. You have missed a word, of our precious organ. Okay, not most. And then there was one more thing, and that was, even as they are learning faster. Who are they? Who learn faster? Who learns faster?
They refers to teenagers.
That's right. And when you have that word not mentioned in the sentence, it's good to mention it in the sentence. So after the word they, you would make space, and then in square brackets you would write teenagers, and then space, and then you continue are learning faster. Okay? So that later, when you read your note, you can read it alone. You do not need to open the book to find out who is actually they to make 100% sure. You know, especially if you use this in an assignment at school, you will need to be 100% sure what does what mean. And if you use these square brackets to provide additional notes that are copied from some other place in the book, then you do not need to look anywhere else in the book, because you already know 100% yes, this is what it means. Okay, thank you very much. Let's continue to Isabella.
Page 66. Teenagers are different because of their brains and specifically because of two unusual aspects of their brains at this stage of their development. Page 68. Everything we do, think, say, and feel influence the development of our most precious organ, and those developments trigger even more changes until the thread of action and reaction is too complex to unwind or undo.
Two unusual aspects of their brains. What are those two unusual aspects? Did you write them down?
No, I didn't write them down.
It's good to know. If this is a note that stands out for you, it's good to know what it is. Would you know out of your mind what are those two aspects?
I don't really remember them.
You see, you need to put it into your note so that your note is not just a link, but instead it is a full-fledged, information or standalone information that you can use without using the book. So I'll see if you can fulfill that. Everything we do, yes, let's find out what it is. Let's find out what are those two unusual aspects. Sounds interesting. Unusual aspects. So it is written right in the next sentence. Their brains are both more powerful and far more vulnerable than at virtually any other time in their life. So you can write in slash brackets, because you're not copying, you will be paraphrasing, and you could write more powerful, more power and more vulnerability. Okay, that you could write it in the slash brackets. That's how I write it. You can of course make your system, but in my system I use square brackets when I copy something from somewhere else in the text, and slash brackets when I paraphrase, when I write in my own words something in the text. Okay, and I'm still looking forward to hear from Taolin.
Page 82. Your teenagers are knowledgeable and self-aware enough to know that they are not automatons, and this means they have a capacity to modify and the responsibility for modifying their own behavior.
Yeah.
Page 85. The more you learn, the easier it is to learn the next thing.
Yes. You actually do not even have to write the word page, just like Taolian did not write it, and you do not even have to use the colon or the dot. All right? For me, I am perfectly fine if you just write the number, space, and you just add the note. It's totally enough if the number is the first thing on your line. All right? If it is somewhere else, like in the case of Pham Tum Chi, you would use 3 dots to show that there is some text between these 2 notes, and right after the 3 dots you again write the number, let's say here 58, and then space, and then you just write your note. Okay, I will show you how I do it. So this was chapter 4, second part, right? Somebody please unmute, or somebody not for me, or do like this if not.
Yes, Bante.
Yes, okay, good. So let me see if I have some connection of 2 notes. No, for the time being. I see them all together. Doesn't matter. So as you can see, oh, here it is. Look at that. 67. I just wrote the number and then space. Very easy. Immediately I know this is page 67. And then I wrote my note. It is all the way until here. And then you know what I did? I wrote 3 dots. And then after those 3 dots, I wrote again a number and space. And there I go with my next note. Okay. Seems like I can improve. No. It's the best way. So this is how you can write your note. And I will be reading for you these 2. 73. Even though there, and now look, Pham Tum Chi, right? You are using the word they, right? So this is how you can have it. You see there, teenagers. So I'm using the word teenagers in the square brackets to make 100% sure that it's this that there means teenagers and not someone else, not rats or rabbits or counseling students or whatever else. So even though their or teenagers' brains are learning at peak efficiency, much else is inefficient, including attention, self-discipline, task completion, and emotion. Now this definitely is not encouraging, but it shows you that you need to work harder in these fields. So for attention, you need to work harder for that than the adults. For self-discipline, you need to work harder. For task completion, for emotion, you need to work harder. That's where you get the meditation practice. The meditation practice helps you with the hardship that you have, and that will be much less when you get older. 74. You can also help your teenagers better manage time and organize tasks by giving them calendars and suggesting they write down their daily schedules. So this is, of course, this book is written for adults, and this is, of course, written for the adults. Now, I wrote here a little serious point, and this serious point says, best case scenario. Limit the digital socializing to just 1 to 2 hours a day. Who's going to limit that? Parents. To who? To you. So this is a pretty dangerous book, okay, for your parents. But no problem, you're reading it. So you can be inspired and you can think, aha, so parents are supposed to limit my digital socializing to 1 to 2 hours a day. What if I do it? Can I do it without the parents? Am I enough powerful to do that without my parents? Do I have that strength? Think about it. And if your teenager fails to comply, take away the phone or the iPhone. Okay? Or limit computer use to homework. Yay! You see, pretty dangerous book, right? You don't want to show it to your parents. Also, insist on knowing the usernames and passwords for all their accounts. Okay? That's written by an American author, okay? This is not a Burmese or Vietnamese. No, that's American author. You see, and in the US, you know, the emphasis on freedom and privacy, that's much, much higher than in Vietnam or Myanmar. So isn't that amazing? That's why I made it red. Okay. So that's for our chapter 4. For next week, let's look at chapter 5. Let me see how many pages it will be. Chapter 4, chapter 5. Oh, that's also quite a lot. So what about if you just read 7 pages until here? Oops. Okay. Until an embarrassment. All right. So this is an embarrassment of the parent, not of the student in this case. But anyway, it's an embarrassment. So you will be reading chapter 5 until the word an embarrassment. You will notice it. It's easy to notice. The lady is a mom, and she shares that she was one time a hero for her son by what? At Concord Academy, where my older son attended high school, my Teen Brain 101 lecture helped convince administrators to at least switch its exam schedule so that instead of being given at 8 a.m., tests were given at 10 a.m. The students, I'm told, scored better with the later start, and the school has maintained its later exam schedule. For once, I had managed to be a hero for my son, rather than an embarrassment. Okay, so the idea is that if you can have your tests a little later at 10 a.m. rather than at 8 a.m., your brain will be more agile to answer better and get more marks, get better marks. Okay, so that's a little note, but that's what you will be reading about. So this is where finishes your reading assignment for this week. From my side, I think that's pretty enough. Does anyone have Any question, anything you'd like to tell me? Anything you'd like to ask me? Anything at all? Everything's clear? Yes, Isabella?
Wait, sorry, I didn't mean to.
Excuse me?
I didn't mean to raise my hand, I'm sorry.
Okay. Nice. So, it was a pleasure to see you, and I hope to see you again next week. May you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you be successful in everything you do.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you very much, Bante. Everyone, can you please unmute? Can you put your hand at your chest? Everyone, we say together, goodbye, Venerable Sir.
Goodbye,
Venerable Sir.
Nice, goodbye.